Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Well, after the excitement of the first match, there's a little profile of the players. Jimmy, of course, 6 times runner-up in that Crucible final. Pleased to be joined by Neil Foles alongside me. I was just thinking, Neil, when Phil Seymour was introducing the players there, the whirlwind of London Town, the Darwin of Dublin, and the man who invented all those nicknames, if you like, Alan Hughes, passed away over Christmas. That's
Jimmy
sad.
White to break.
Yeah, very sad news. Alan Hughes, great MC, and one of the great characters of the game, I have to say. Always got a funny story, and he'll be much missed, will Alan Hughes.
So it's Jimmy made a mistake. Here's a little rhyme to remind you when breaking off, whatever you do, don't hit the blue. And he did. How costly will it be? Ooh, Ken was on beat time, which caused him to rush the shot. I think sometimes the players are unaware sometimes that 20 seconds, it seems a long time, but he caught him out there.
A little bit, yeah, rushing, wasn't he, in the end? But this is not much fun, is it, for Jimmy? He's got to get all of the equipment out. Look at what he's got.
Take your time, take your time.
Hit it quick, Jim. Oh, yeah.
Well, it was all a bit too much for him, wasn't it? With the rest, with the on top of the spider. It was like Inspector Gadget with all that equipment, wasn't he?
Yeah, and you'd think sometimes you'd have a timeout while you got all this stuff, but I suppose that adds to the excitement of it. So Ken does get first chance. He's overrun this though. Needs to stop short of the baud line.
1.
Brown to the middle.
Table's quick, isn't it? I could tell from that shot especially. I think caught Ken out there, didn't it?
Brown ball. Five.
Not very close that time.
Ken Doherty, 5.
Well, to be honest, I suppose the potting angle on the brown didn't make that red any easier, but he'd like to left the red, well, easier than it was. Double for Jimmy, is he? Oh, playing the safety game. Waiting for a better opening. Is there a gap? Is there a gap? Ooh, red going over the corner. Is he going to stay there? So he's gifted Jimmy an opener. Can he get position on a colour?
Might be one of those shots. The top spin could be the way to get onto the black. Playing it gently. And pink to middle.
1.
That's not a bad shot at all, actually. There's not a lot of room there, so it's well played to find that gap.
Always amazes me, Neil done it with Jimmy. I mean, and the hours of practice he still puts in. Well, as he says, that's what gets him out of bed in the
7.
morning. He loves the game, loves playing, and he'll enjoy being out in the centre stage as he is today. Always a tough opponent for anybody.
8.
Oh yeah, he still plays the game very well. Both of these do. Both of these are still getting results on the main tour. Jimmy White earlier in the season beat Hossein Vafai, who's he's virtually been in the 16. He's won a ranking event. That was a big win for him over in Belfast, so he can get the win still at the highest of levels.
15.
Played that perfectly. He's always a danger. He could have been hampered by the other reds, but he's found the gap so he can cue freely to this black. Good shot.
The black, I think, will have to go behind its spot, which just covers one of those reds. Can't see where else it can go.
Nice to see Michaela Tabb back. We've not seen Michaela for quite a while. Made the trip from Scotland. Her and her husband Ross now into selling pool tables.
It's very hard because see, the thing is, you're not supposed to have the black and the red touching, but I mean, in this sort of
22.
format, I think she's done particularly well. It's just about a gap between the two. Top referee always has been.
23.
Jimmy, he'd be disappointed with that. He just underhit that. He needed to be the other side of the pink to help him get down to the reds. He can't do it now, as you see. Straight.
Well, it's the shot that makes all the difference. I know it's the pink on the blue spot, but anything from that blue spot, just the other side of
29.
it with the cue ball, the next shot is so easy positionally. As you say, he failed this time to quite get there.
Well, that's what we always used to say about Ronnie
Jimmy White,
O'Sullivan. When he was at
29.
his best, he never seemed to be wrong side of the blue. But good contribution from Jimmy, and you can't, well, you can forgive him for running out of position. Now, here's crafty Ken. Not too much bothered about the pot. If he misses the green, he could have Jimmy in trouble. He's got Jimmy in trouble.
Little flick on the green help, but it was a nice area in Bolt to get the cue ball behind. He's playing, I think, around 2 cushions here. Doesn't want to miss these all together, of course.
Well, that was a good hit. As you say, if you miss them all together, then you give your opponent ball in hand. Can be very costly. Needs a good pot here, Ken, now. Where have we heard that cry before, Neil? Come on, Jimmy.
I know, and you think about all the years that he played at the Masters. Jimmy's only ever won it once in '84. I wonder if all that support he used to get didn't always work in his favour. Anyway, missed the rest shot there, which is surprising. Jimmy won it in 1984, beat our dear, much recently departed friend Terry Griffiths in the final.
1.
The old Wembley Conference Centre.
It's been a terrible year, hasn't it? I mean, particularly at the back end of it. You know, Ray Reardon, Clive Everton, Terry Griffiths, Silvino Francisco passed away. Alan Hughes, as we mentioned. All people who played an integral part of the game becoming popular. Good shot from Ken.
Yeah, I'd like to mention one more name there, actually. Someone who very sad departed earlier in the year,
7.
Dean O'Kane. That was a real
Dean,
shock.
yeah.
Anyway, here we are, and a chance here for Ken. Mentioned players being in form like Jimmy,
8.
but Ken had a couple of good wins. He's qualified for the Temperature in Berlin. He beat Ollie Lyons and Jordan Brown just prior to Christmas, so they're proper results. So he's playing good stuff himself.
Mind you, I
Ken
did text
Doherty,
him,
8.
Neil, and said congratulations. I said good riddance. He went, I don't know how.
Sometimes the best way. He's quite modest, I think. You've got a feeling this could be a real close one now, because there's a few in it, and they're probably going to play down quite a lot of the 15 minutes here, you feel, with the balls like. Might not be over before the 15 minutes is up, so it could go right down to the wire.
Yeah, you're right. We're coming, we're past the 7.5 minutes left on this frame. Could be one good safety shot. I know it's all about quick fire potting and break building, but one good safety shot, as Ken has just produced there, could make all the difference. Jimmy with a 16-point lead, but if he made a mistake here, might not last for long.
Well, that's the thing. Ken has got him in a lot of trouble on 2 or 3 occasions, and now it's a question of capitalising on the mistake that he's forced.
Well, Ken's down quickly. He must like the look of this shot. And he's potted
1.
the red. Perfect on the pink. What a chance.
It's such a difficult shot, this, playing it with left-hand side to hit thin
7.
contact on a red.
Yeah, I don't think the 2 reds in the middle was his intended target, but at least he didn't give a foul, but
8.
he left a nice easy starter for Ken. And if Ken pots this pink, which obviously he will, he'll only be 2 points behind.
I mean, whichever way you look at it, Ken is probably going to go in front
14.
here, but with all the time left, that's also good for Jimmy if the chance comes back to him.
15.
Yeah, and he's got the pink to the middle. He's got this red immediately above the black. That's the only one in open play, in all honesty. You play for the pink again, and as I say, they've got the 3 reds near the top cushion. You've got the one on the right-hand side of the table. Not
21.
straightforward by any means. 5 points to the lead.
22.
Well, he's got an angle to just come down towards the 3 reds. I'm not sure which red. Maybe if he could hit the middle red of the 3, perhaps, or land on the left-hand one to cut it down the cushion. One of those 2 options. That's what he's tried, that latter. So, I mean, if this doesn't go in, it might end up over the pocket. It's the problem.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Neil, if he's just
28.
playing to play safe here. It looks
know.
a risky shot, doesn't it?
And also, you've got 5 minutes to park the bus for a 12-point lead. It's a long time.
It is a long time, you're right.
Well, that's what he decided to do, John. He didn't want to go
Ken
for
Doherty.
it, but it will seem like forever, this 5 minutes.
28.
For Ken.
So what would you think the way's about it now? For Jimmy to bring these reds away from the cushion if he can? Just bearing in mind, because he's looking for one more chance, Jimmy, isn't he, to try and get back into this?
He is, but he mustn't force it, because that is a long time. In that time, well,
Yeah.
Tony Drago made us over a century in much less time than 4.5 minutes. So, you know, he's not playing in this match, but, you know, it's a long time and you can get back into it. Just not panic. Now's not the time to panic. It might come still that time, but not yet.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's got to pot the next red to have any chance now in this frame. It goes. It goes. It goes. And it's gone. What a shot.
I'll be honest, I would have been worried about rolling that, because Alfie had a ball roll up there, didn't he? So you wonder if the black would have done, the red would have done the same. It didn't. It was a great shot.
More remarkable to me was the fact that Ken even left him a squeak.
7.
Gravity, thankfully for Jimmy, took over. Oh, that's a poor shot. Well, I say a poor shot. He's developed the black. Pots this black, he gets 3 points in front. Didn't play for it like this, but there's a bit of pressure on this. Gotcha. Good shot.
Yeah, it worked out in his favour, but again, 3 minutes.
15.
It doesn't mean Jimmy's won this. He knows he's now struck the front again. It's been a bit of a seesaw tussle, hasn't it, this one? But now
16.
if he plays, well, he's going to have to play up on the red here, isn't he? And this black, it's not nice, a little tricky cut back.
Yeah, in this situation, I think just make certain of the pot. And he still needs to miss the green, though. Well, this red is cuttable. 11 points
23.
to lead. So he could
24.
see this frame out now, Neil, at this visit.
I think just play normal snooker here. Just pot the balls that are left on the table. Never mind the time. Pot all the balls till there's none left. That's the good advice, isn't it?
That's what our old mate Ronnie Gross used to say. Pot all the
28.
balls, you're bound to win.
30.
So, looking at the scoreboard, green and brown to get to snooker's required.
Been a good frame, this one, hasn't it? With chances on both sides, but Jimmy has actually taken these well. And that first red that he rolled in, which just toppled in, that was a brilliant shot.
Well, we do say the game's all about fraction, and I think there was
37.
nothing. Well, it just proves what it's all about. And it also proves, as you said, having that small lead with 5 minutes to go, no need to panic.
42.
Well, Jimmy
48.
plays to get this first frame under his belt. And next up, in it goes. So interesting frame. Looked like Ken Doherty had it in the back, but a great pot along the cushion from Jimmy White. He wins it.
Did it keep rolling on the top?
Oh, yeah. Good.
Success then for Jimmy White in the first match in Group B. He has managed to steal it. What a reception. Great cheers from the crowd here in Epsom. Stay with